Whatever. Part 2. Whatever also means it doesn't matter. Whatever does not just refer to your ability or willingness to give a shit. It is referring to how much meaning there is in anything and why you should give any level of shit about it. Whatever also says not just about your care factor, but about the thing itself. It doesn't mean anything. I don't care because there is no value in it. There is no meaning. There is nothing in it for me. And that's fine, because in any one situation or to do with a one thing or a person or whatever, you might say, yeah, okay, whatever. And I guess individually, that can be a healthy form of boundaries and discrimination, dressed in sarcasm. And while you are not really being clear, what you are saying is that's not good for me, and I don't really like that. That's the iceberg. But the tip is saying, or at least its function is, stay away from me. You're not good for me. And so that is one way to do it, and that can be a positive thing. Of course, whatever can be complete and utter denial on a personal level too, and very bad for you. But whatever in the sense of meaning and the great big existential whatever, the existential blah, whatever, nothing means anything. Nothing means anything. That's really big. That's a really big statement, and what a wholly depressing statement it is. But how many of us kind of say it or hear it like, if you really just take the time to sit and listen to that, that is a powerfully sad thing to be stating. Because to deeply at your core feel that nothing matters. Like, nothing matters. You can do what you want. There is no meaning to any of it. There is no meaning to anything. Just fucking whatever, you know? Like, we say that with sarcasm, and we say it with all of the intent of conveying a sense of freedom that we have gained from our power word. That by our carefree nature, by our inability to give a fuck, we are just free and we're good, you know, like nothing can touch us. And that we're just impenetrable, like we're all cool, man, we're cool, it's fine, whatever, man, whatever. And if you just give it a moment and really look at that, it is obvious that that person is not speaking the truth, that whatever is not genuinely carefree, that whatever is not genuinely independent and sovereign in their functioning, where they honestly don't give a shit, where they don't even recognise the concept of competition or anything to drag them down. Like, that is not what people are saying. And if you just really look, you can see they are not cool. They are not whatever in a positive, healthy way. They're resigned. And so it's still the same thing. And on a profound existential level, like, that is soul crushing. I would say that is the definition of soul crushing, where nothing, capital N, nothing means anything. Because when nothing means anything, what do you do? What do you do when nothing means anything? And some of us feel like that, and some of us feel like that sometimes, but some of us feel like that all the time. And at a whole other level, some of us operate like that all the time via our words and our behaviours and our actions and our intent. And so we are starting to co-create and generate a world that looks and is made of whatever, of course reflected by the individuals that make that up. And where do you go from there, you know? What do you do? What is the remedy? What is the medicine for the existential blahs, for the global whatever, for the sense of community exhaustion and human fatigue? What is the remedy? What do we do? How do we solve that? What is the answer. Is it not obvious? Because whatever, if about meaning and a lack of meaning and a lack of your sense of meaning, is about meaning. And the issue is really in the conflict of, as you see it, that nothing is meaningful and that meaning is not inherent, that meaning is applied. That is a very common idea, that life is a blank canvas and that meaning is applied to at will, wholly and solely based on preference. And while that is true, that is not understood fully. And because we know the truth of that, but we are not wholly capable of seeing it correctly and putting it into practice correctly, it is discouraging us and it is shooting us in the foot. Because the freedom that we inherently sense at the core of all of that, that we know is ours, which is the basis of our rejecting things we don't want, of saying whatever, of not tolerating that stuff. We are not wholly living in that space, and so it is almost turning upon us. And that is no good. On a mass, whole, one human scale of this shit is getting tiring. What is the answer? Of course there is an answer. There is a solution. There is an opposite to global apathy. There is an opposite to global disassociation. There is an opposite to global unconsciousness and sleepiness, because it is the same solution to apathy and unconsciousness and all of those things as they are. It doesn't matter the scale, whether it is you or everyone. What do? What is the holy solution to existential blah and whatever?